India has a GDP of $3.5 trillion. It is the fastest growing economy in the world, and in the last 20 years, it has generated more entrepreneurs than any other developing country. But there is something more interesting than its size. India has business models that work at massive scale in one of the most competitive and demanding markets on the planet. Proven models, with decades of history, with real margins. And none of those 12 models that we are going to see today exists in a professional way in most countries of Latin America. The question is not whether India is a good market. The question is, why is nobody copying what already works there? India has mid-sized cities like ours. It has an emerging middle class like ours. It has informality. It has scarcity of services. It has unmet needs exactly like ours. And it has developed business solutions for all of those problems, solutions that in India are already mature industries, and that in Latin America are practically non-existent. If you are interested in discovering business models that already worked somewhere in the world before bringing them to your own country, subscribe to this channel because here we show machines, processes, and industries that move real money. Today, 15 businesses from India, organized from lower to higher initial investment, with the key economic data of each one. Let's begin. Business number 1, the Tiffin service. In Mumbai, there are more than 200,000 dabawalas, people who collect homemade food prepared in homes and deliver it in metal lunchboxes, the Tiffins, to offices and workplaces. The system has existed since 1890. It moves more than 300,000 food boxes per day. In Mumbai alone. In Latin America, the equivalent does not exist in an organized way. There are restaurant delivery services, but the model of certified homemade food with monthly subscription delivered to offices is a practically virgin niche. The target market: office workers who do not have time to cook but prefer homemade food over restaurant food. Initial investment: between $500 and $2,000 to start with 10 to 20 fixed clients. Return from the first month if you have the logistics solved. Business number 2, sugarcane juice at a fixed point. In India, sugarcane juice stands generate between $400 and $800 per month in net profit in high-traffic locations. The sugarcane juicing machine is simple, economical, and produces a juice that in Latin American urban markets would sell without problems for between $1 and $2 per glass. The Indian model is not the street cart. It is the fixed point with visual identity, standardized menu, and multiple presentations. Natural juice, with ginger, with lemon, with mint. In Colombia, Mexico, and Peru, there is sugarcane. There is a culture of natural beverages, and there are practically zero formal businesses exploiting this model at scale. Business number 3, artisanal incense manufacturing. India exports 80% of the incense consumed in the world. The industry moves more than $500 million annually in exports alone. The manufacturing process is completely artisanal and scalable. Mixture of aromatic powders, natural resins, and binders pressed onto bamboo sticks. In Latin America, there is a culture of incense use. There are spiritual markets, wellness stores, consumers who already buy imported incense. But practically nobody manufactures it locally with raw material from the region and premium packaging aimed at the local and export market. Those 3 are the ones with the lowest investment. But what comes now are the businesses where India has developed specific machinery, complete industrial processes, and export markets that are already waiting for someone to supply them from Latin America. Business number 4, spice processing. India is the largest producer, consumer, and exporter of spices in the world, and it has developed low-cost, high-efficiency spice processing machinery that is exported globally. A basic processing line includes spice dryer, impact mill, sifter, and vacuum packer. Total investment between $5,000 and $20,000, depending on production capacity. Why does it matter for Latin America? Because countries such as Mexico, Peru, Colombia, and Bolivia have extraordinary biodiversity of spices and aromatic plants, many of them completely unprocessed, unpackaged, and without export positioning. The premium spice market in the United States and Europe grows at 5% annually, and demand for Latin American spices with identity of origin is an opportunity that has not been systematically exploited. Business number 5. Manufacturing of jute bags and natural fibers. The European Union banned single-use plastic bags in January 2021. More than 60 countries have limited or banned single-use plastic. India reacted to that regulation by developing a massive industry of jute bags, coconut fiber, recycled cotton, and natural fibers. Today, India exports more than $800 million annually in ecological bags and natural fiber products. In Latin America, anti-plastic regulation is advancing in all countries. Demand for alternatives exists and is growing. But the local supply of natural fiber bags with export quality is practically non-existent. The basic machinery for a production line of jute or fique bags, an equivalent fiber produced in Colombia and Ecuador, cost between $8,000 and $25,000. Business number 6. Aloe vera processing plant. India is the largest exporter of processed aloe vera in the world, and it has developed extraction, stabilization, and packaging technology for aloe gel that makes it possible to export the ingredient in pure form for the global cosmetics and functional beverage industry. Stabilized aloe vera gel sells for between $2 and $5 per kilo wholesale. Mexico is the largest producer of aloe vera in the world. It produces more aloe than India, but it exports incomparably less processed product. The gap between raw material production and industrial processing capacity is the opportunity. Business number 7. Recycled paper product manufacturing. India has more than 3,000 small recycled paper plants operating with low-cost machines. The most basic one costs between $5,000 and $15,000 and can produce stationery, packaging, bags, and artisanal products with recycled paper. The sustainable stationery and packaging market grows at 12% annually in Latin America. And there is a high-value niche that is practically uncovered: artisanal paper with local fibers, pressed flowers, seeds of native plants incorporated into the paper, a product that at European craft fairs sells for between $2 and $8 per sheet. Business number 8. Essential oil production. India produces more than 150 types of essential oils for the global cosmetics, pharmaceutical, and food industry. A basic steam distiller costs between $3,000 and $8,000. Lavender essential oil sells for between $100 and $200 per kilo on the international market. Eucalyptus between $20 and $50. Mint between $30 and $80. In the Latin American Andes grow aromatic plants of extraordinary value that practically have no industrial processing: muña, cedrón, yerba luisa, valerian, matico, paico. Plants with potential export market that for the most part are sold as low-price dried herbs because nobody processes them into essential oil. 8 businesses, all with available machinery, all with proven market, all with raw material that Latin America has, and that for the most part is not being taken advantage of. But what nobody tells you about Indian businesses is that the most profitable ones are not the best known. The next 7 are the ones with the highest margins, the least competed markets, and the ones that the fewest Latin American entrepreneurs have even considered as a possibility. Business number 9. Bamboo processing plant. India and China dominate the global bamboo industry, a market worth more than $60 billion annually and growing at 5% every year. Colombia, Ecuador, Costa Rica, Mexico, and Brazil have some of the largest bamboo reserves in the world. Guadua angustifolia, native to Colombia and Ecuador, is recognized by the FAO as the bamboo with the greatest structural resistance on the planet. And yet, the bamboo processing industry in Latin America is embryonic compared to Asia. The basic machinery for a processing plant comes mainly from India and costs between $20,000 and $80,000 depending on capacity. Business number 10. Cold-pressed brick manufacturing. In India, there are more than 100 manufacturers of hydraulic presses for compressed earth bricks. The technology is simple. Local soil mixed with a small percentage of cement or lime, compressed at high pressure. The result is a construction block more resistant than conventional fired brick, with zero emissions in its production and raw material cost practically zero. A basic hydraulic press produces between 500 and 1,000 blocks per day, with a sale price between 40 cents and $1 per block depending on the market. In Latin American mid-sized cities with accelerated urban growth, a compressed earth block plant can supply a local market without direct competition on an industrial scale. Business number 11. Composting plant at scale. India has more than 3,000 municipal organic waste composting plants operating at commercial scale with low-cost technology. The model is simple but powerful. Contract with a municipality to receive organic waste, composting process for 45 to 60 days, sale of the resulting compost to farmers and landscapers. In Latin America, most municipalities pay to dispose of their organic waste in landfills. The Indian model reverses that flow. The municipality pays you to receive the waste, and you generate a product with market value, double income, from the same raw material that before was a cost. Business number 12. Vegetable leather and alternative materials industry. India has developed in the last 10 years an industry of alternative materials to animal leather using agricultural waste, pineapple peels, cactus leaves, coconut fibers, and bamboo cellulose. The global alternative leather market is projected at $85 billion by 2030, and Latin America has the raw material: pineapple in Costa Rica, Colombia, Honduras, and Brazil, cactus in Mexico, banana in practically the entire region. However, the industrial transformation of those agricultural residues into premium materials for fashion and accessories is practically non-existent. 12 businesses. The last three are different. They are not manufacturing businesses. They are service models that India developed to solve problems that also exist in Latin America. And they have something in common. The three use simple technology to create a competitive advantage that is very difficult to replicate once someone establishes them first in a market. 12 business models, all proven, all with decades of history in one of the most competitive markets in the world, all with available machinery, existing raw material, and identified market in Latin America. The question left at the end of this video is not whether any of these businesses would work in your country. The question is how much time will pass before someone else does it first. In business, the advantage does not belong to the one who has the best idea. It belongs to the one who executes first an idea that already worked somewhere else. India has 20, 30, in some cases 100 years of advantage executing these models. The clock for Latin America has already started. Now, if you want to see the complete analysis of how the machinery behind any of these 15 businesses works, leave in the comments which one interests you the most. Give it a like if you made it this far. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because next week we are going to analyze another country that has business models that nobody in Latin America is copying yet. Because on this channel we always show the machines behind the money.